Ricky Bell continued the glorious tradition of the USC tailback, a position like center field for the Yankees that is held in reverence. Number 42 surpassed the achievements of Mike Garrett, Anthony Davis, and even O.J. Simpson. Along the way, he stood taller, played harder, and became the mightiest Trojan of them all.
Great runners, the finest running backs perhaps in college football. Two for SC. Here's Ricky Bell. 3rd and 8. Bell, marker down. So Ricky Bell, the #1 rusher. Ricky Bell. The Trojans have it. There he goes. The 11th touchdown for the nation's #1 rusher, Ricky Bell.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select as the first selection in the first round, Ricky Bell, fullback, University of Southern California.
The Buccaneers had lost all 14 games in their expansion season in '76, and Coach John McKay had brought so many of his former Southern Cal players in here, and the Tampa became known as Southern Cal East. When they had the opportunity to draft Tony Dorsett out of Pittsburgh and instead took Ricky Bell, a Southern Cal player, Ricky was off to a bad start as strike #1.
Ricky's first 2 seasons were disasters. Not only did he fail to elevate the lowly Bucs, he was deemed personally responsible for their failure.
It was hard for him to understand why people were so down on him.
Ricky Bell, the tailback. Ricky Bell gets the chance again. Didn't carry it, he wasn't involved, and here's Ricky Bell. Back to Ricky Bell. No way. Listen to the move. Jeb Blunt, the quarterback, gives back to Bell, and he won't make it. Brad Van Pelt made the tackle, and the Buccaneers do not get in.
And Ricky Bell is on the ground and looks like he might be hurt.
Or a run. Otherwise, we're in great shape. There are a hell of a lot of careers going in Monday.
Some fans gathered behind the bench and began to berate Ricky Bell personally. He took it as long as he could stand it, and he headed towards the stands. Several players had to restrain him.
Buried by his critics in a shallow grave, Ricky Bell resurrected his career in 1979 and led the Buccaneers.
There was just something about his countenance that made everybody think he was special. He treated everybody special, and yet he'd walk on a football field and become an extremely violent, aggressive runner. He'd knock you down and run over you and then come back and help you up.
He ran so hard that he grunted when he ran. If you were deaf, you could hear him coming.
Bell finally demonstrated why he was chosen first in the 1977 draft. He carried defenders almost 1,300 yards, lifted the Bucs to the NFC Central Championship, and to the brink of the Super Bowl in 1979.
Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucs know how to shine. down, a foot to go for a Tampa Bay touchdown. That's Bell, and he's over. Ricky Bell sends him out in front, 16-0.
Atta baby, Ricky, that's what we need.
The weapon used to implement the strategy, fullback Ricky Bell, powerless to stop the man wearing orange number 42, who before the day ended would set a new playoff record with 38 carries for 142 yards. Bell would finish the day with a playoff record.
A storybook that began with a honeymoon with Buck fans on the field and a marriage offer concluded with a horrifying final chapter.
The next year we were not anyways near as good, but he couldn't play very often. He would get an injury, and where he might be out a day or two, he'd be out 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't know the reason why. The trainer and the doctor didn't know the reason why. I summed it up and says, Ricky Bell would like to be on the West Coast. I'm going to put him there.
Traded to the Chargers in 1982, Bell, number 42, played little. Always sick or injured, it was discovered he had contracted a rare skin and muscle disease called dermatomyositis.
Probably 90% of people have a normal lifespan with this disease. Ricky's condition caused inflammation of the muscles of the heart, which occurs in probably less than 5% of cases, and this was distinctly unusual. He had a certain sense of peace with it, that he was struggling with it, he knew that we could only do so much, and he really never let this on to people around him. He was a positive, energetic soul.
On November 28, 1984, the mightiest Trojan lost the one fight he never had a chance to win.
You know, he was a genuinely good person. You know, nobody ever had nothing bad to say about Ricky.
Just a great person. And you know, it's easy to sit back when somebody's passed away and talk about how great he was, but I thought this at the time about Ricky.
Probably the kindest, gentlest football player that I've ever been around. I think he had a sense about him that just made everybody love him.
I loved him, and I thought he was a great player.
Knew how to do everything right. I wish there were a lot more Rickies.
He's gone, but his memory lives on and it's strong. When things get bad, I just look at how bad things were him right before he died. He never complained. You know, he was the kind of guy I don't know, he was a once in a lifetime person. He was 1 in a million, you know, he was a 1 in a million guy.
Away. Gordon Jones to the left, Isaac Higgins to the right, Bell and Eckwood behind Williams. Swing it to Ricky Bell for a touchdown. The Buccaneers are right back in it. Smart call from upstairs. Got to believe that they were isolating Bell on Lambert, knowing that knee would not allow Lambert to run full bore. Williams doing a good job here, just swings it out. It's a foot race. Robin Cole, actually, the man.
On Luke, and that's what happened.
Gordon Jones, number 84, rookie from Pitt, who has been hampered with injury, comes into the game, replaces Morris Owens. 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line. Williams will throw. Touchdown! Ricky Bell! All alone, Ricky Bell out of the backfield. And Tampa Bay makes it look easy on their first drive.
That was a great drive, and it was a great reception by Ricky Bell and a throw by Doug Williams. The Green Bay Packers were in a double zone. They doubled both outside receivers, and there was really no one left for Ricky Bell.
Maturity of quarterback Doug Williams, here recognizing a safety blitz and hitting Ricky Bell, number 42, in the open area. That has accounted for much of Tampa Bay's offensive success. Williams' growth plus excellent outside backfield has allowed the Bucs to more than double their 3-game point production of a year ago. With 3 victories safely tucked away.